UX Thailand is a big group of the UX practitioners. I have lots of friends there. Their supervisors don't invest in UX. They just want them to build up the fancier UI. They think, okay, we solve all the UX problem. But that's totally wrong. So now the community is booming, it's growing so fast. But outside of UX community, we still need to educate the corporates to understand the value of the UX.
Techsauce Global, sparking innovative thoughts. สวัสดีค่ะ Hello and welcome to another episode of Techsauce Global Podcast with me, Chaowarat Yongjiranon, or Poupée, Global Content Editor of Techsauce Media. Today, we're going to talk about something technical, but something that's very vital to innovation as we know it here. And that is what the development has been in terms of UX. So to talk with me about this is Aldrich Huang, the CEO and co-founder of UXtesting.io and organizer of the Savvy UX Summit. Sadika, hello, Aldrich.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. I'm so happy to talk to you because, it's very hard sometimes to get a hold or some time with people who like you, who are very talented to give your insight on what's been going on. And thank you so much, first of all, for joining us all the way from Taiwan. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's start. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm Aldrich, CEO and co-founder of the UXtesting.io, which is based in Silicon Valley. But we have business in Taiwan and also Europe and also Singapore. And recently, we helped more than 100 big enterprise to help them to optimize their user experience of their product and services around the world. Yeah, so and also I'm the main organizer of the Savvy UX Summit, which is recognized by the famous organization, which is the top 10 UX summit in the world.
Wow. So definitely we're excited to see, more details about that as well as other things that you're working on. I hear that you're moving to Paris, right?
Yes.
A very important move. But let's take a look at how it's been for UX development in the past couple of years, because we've seen a lot of things change. Definitely COVID-19, the acceleration of the digital transformation that's taken place across the board. How has progress been?
Yeah. So basically, in the past few years, from the industry, for example, like the headcounts, we can see like more and more corporate, they open more headcounts for UX practitioners, including UX researchers and UX designer. But the big problem is most of the company, they always hire UX UI designers. And I dig into the job description and also what the actual did is about the UI design. So that is the gap that the corporate, they think the better UX means better UI or good look UI. So definitely in the next few years, I do believe UX will become another big popular topic for every industry. But I think the corporate side and also someone who want to be UX practitioner in the future, you need to fully understand the UX and the UI are totally different.
Well, then let's talk about that then before we go on. Just to clarify to those who are listening, what is the difference?
Yeah, so very simply to say, UI is what you look. For example, like the shape of the bottle or the website, we look is very colorful, we feel it's fancy. That's a UI, user interface. But the UX, the most element of the user experience is how we use it, how we interact with that website, and how we feel. So that's why user experience, we focus on user emotions and how they feel happy with your product on your website. So UI is only what you see, what you look, but the user experience is, are you happy and how you feel?
So that would probably be the most common mistake that companies make.
Yes.
So then would you say then that we're still in the learning stages, or are we progressing towards more development?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because now, I mean, most of the decision maker, or I mean, the high level people, they think like, okay, we want to improve our UX, but usually they hire the UX UI people. They try to solve the experience problem, but what they look for is the fancier design. They really don't know how user interact with your product and how they feel. So fancier UI doesn't mean you can provide a better experience for our users and customers.
So what trends do you think will we be seeing in 2022?
Yeah, I think that there are some key points from my research and also from my personal point of view. I think the first one is password-less login. Yeah, because according to the survey, 57% of the people forget their passwords.
Oh, I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
Yeah,
It's so
it's
horrible, especially as you get older.
True. Yeah, same as me. And also, 65% of the people feel the needs of write their passwords something so that they don't forget it the next time. So how we design the user flow, or like we can provide a password smarter login for the user. I mean, you can improve the conversion rate of your visitor to the user or user to the customers. Yeah, so that is the first one. I think the corporate should focus in this year. And also, according to the GDPR, definitely you have to share with the user what data we collect and where the data store. But depends on different country. We have different personal data protection law and regulation. But I mean, if you have any customers from Europe, definitely you need to follow the GDPR. But from my observation, still lots of corporate, they don't really abide by GDPR. Yeah, even you are Thai corporate, but if you have any clients or users from Europe, you should follow by GDPR. Yeah, so if anyone tell the Europe community that, oh, this company don't abide by GDPR, you will get the huge fine. Yeah, so how we abide by follow the GDPR, but also we provide the fluent login or sign up process. That's very important. So that is a big focus from my personal point of view. And the second one is air gesture, because after COVID, we don't want to touch any physical product, and we don't want to touch a button, we don't want to touch the screen. So how we detect the air gesture? For example, like I know one of the famous cell phone company, if you want to selfie and you can use the bike, and then you will do that. But I do believe after COVID, more and more services, even website, even the mobile devices or desktop, we will have more interaction with our devices by air gesture. So how accuracy of the air gesture, and also how we train our AI model to detect, oh, I want to selfie, I want to switch off my PC. Any gesture, you make sure that is, make your machine learning smarter. Yeah. If the air gesture cannot detect right, or detect high accuracy, you will provide a bad experience for your user. Maybe they stop to using that because the gesture is not easy to detect the what they want. Yeah. So that is the second point I think the corporate should focus on. And the next one is inclusive design, because currently, most of our clients, they also face a problem is they make the hypothesis that their user will use this and how they use it. But we usually just focus on like a specific group of the user. But we don't really think about, okay, if our website, we can service everyone, how everyone can use this website. For example, like some charity or like a foundation, their website, usually they provide the inclusive design, including that, oh, if I cannot see anything, I still can click the button and then to hear what the website, the content. Yeah. But most of commercial website, you cannot do it. For example, I reviewed the Amazon and another e-commerce website. I don't believe they service this kind of the users because they just like a small group of users. But if we can really think to service all kind of the person to interact with our product, that would be better. So what we can change that? I think the answer is very simple. Just work on us physically, cognitively, and also emotionally suitable design for everybody.
Yeah, I think I can totally get that. Those are real main pain points I think that we're seeing, and I think I don't know, from an outsider, I feel, Aldrich, that if you find that, for example, the right method to go passwordless or maybe even touchless, adoption will be fast. It's proven in Southeast Asia. It's just doing it right. But when you talk about adoption, there is DeFi, which is an example of how there's a lot of focus on crypto nowadays. Many companies and tech startups are focusing on this. UX is key to driving mass adoption for this case because people still need to get used to it. What's your advice in how to improve UX in this sector?
Yeah, so now, the crypto and also NFT, I mean, recently are super, super famous. But I would say there really isn't a lot of thoughts put in crypto product regarding user experience, simply because the focus is mostly on backend and structure engineering. So we can understand that now the crypto company, crypto and also NFT publishing company, most of their founders or the buyer, I would say buyer, is most of them are investors and also the engineers. So I don't think they focus on the user experience. So even including me, definitely I need to understand how it works. So definitely I purchased some cryptocurrency and also NFT. And I realized that most of the user of the crypto product, like me, I'm not engineer, and so for me, it's a very confused and frustrated or sometimes nervous when I using the app because they have bare understanding of the feature of the application. I'm worried about that. Oh, whether I buy this coin, and after that, how I control that, or is the coin is the right, or it's just it's a just lie. I don't know. Yeah. So the onboarding process and also the transparency, even the flows. Now you can see most of the crypto company, their website and their flow is really, really like engineer version, but not the user-friendly version. Yeah. So I think it's still a big, not big, but a long road that we can improve user experience for the currency business.
So what do you think is the first step that, perhaps maybe there needs to be more collaboration?
I think the first one is the most of the engineer and also crypto company that need to realize, because if you want your current your cryptocurrency, the price is increasing, definitely you need more demands. You need more people to buy it. So how we attract more people is like if we provide a better experience and we work through session, user flow is friendly and easy to buy, and all the information is transparency. And for example, like we usually see like the terms of use, privacy policy is very long and like the legal article, we don't understand that. But how we shorten it, I can give you some example. For example, like personal data protection law. Usually, like we will say Article 1, Article 2, blah, blah, blah. We should blah, blah, blah. But normal people, we don't understand that. So we can just tell them that, okay, when you use this service, that means you consented our article. And the second one is what data we store. We store your name, we store your address, we store your public key, and we store your private key. But please make sure you remember your private key. Yeah, so we can just use very simple language, but it also abide by law. But now definitely cryptocurrency, now there's no and regulation can regulate that. But I would say if you can be more transparent, I do believe you can attract more people, trust your currency and trust your NFT.
Oh, for sure. And I totally get that. And I feel that that's a great example of how, instead of just saying or giving a list of articles or giving a link to where you can read, definitely help the user out and give those highlights or the main points, do the work for them so that they feel at ease and they feel more comfortable using it. No, from crypto, we head on to the future of the metaverse.
Yeah.
It's here. It's here, but I'm not there yet. I haven't gone in. But how does metaverse then impact your average UX designer? What skills do they need to obtain right now for that?
Yeah, I think that in the metaverse, but because now I would say my personal point of view, I think that definitely that is a future. Yeah. So design is not as a concern with how quickly someone completes their goal. I think it's more concerned with whether a player is immersed enough to pursue the goal in the first place. Yeah. Yeah, and also the designing for the metaverse means designing for an entirely new immersive world. Designer will have to broaden their skill to include a host of new discipline. But now, for example, like you build up the iOS native app or Android app, we have the guideline from Google and Apple. But now in the metaverse, we still don't have any design guideline for the designer. So now is a very good timing for the designer. You can discover, even you can build up your design system for a design system and also disciplines from metaverse. But I would say it's not just happen tomorrow. So we need to take care of this issue. And if you can involve any metaverse project, that will be better because you will be the pioneer and you will have the experience to build up your own design principle and design system.
Do it first. Go head on first, right?
Yes, true.
Because first come, first serve in anything new, right? You always have that advantage, even though some people might be scared, but that's for survival. Now let's take a look at what's really been going on the ground. We've talked about big concepts about cryptocurrency, the metaverse. Let's take a look at our region, Asia, Southeast Asia. How do you think the UX development has been amongst the talent here?
Yeah, I think the Southeast Asia, because I have lots of the clients in Southeast Asia. I think currently, now, there's still the big problem is the decision maker or high level people. They don't really understand the value of UX. So as I mentioned for the first question, maybe the big corporate they still don't invest in UX a lot. Even they misunderstand the UX and UI. So we can see UX community is booming in Southeast Asia, including Thailand. I would say UX Thailand is a big group of the UX practitioners. But I have lots of friends there, but I still got many feedback that, okay, their supervisor don't invest in UX. They just want them to build up the fancier UI. They think, okay, we solve all the UX problem. But that's totally wrong. So now the community is booming, is growing so fast. But outside of UX community, we still need to educate the corporates to understand the value of the UX.
It's a common story, isn't it? It's a common story. There's always that the pushback, against something that corporates or the traditional organization doesn't understand. And it's always, it's kind of human nature, I think, because, when you find something new, you try to find something, a reference in the back of your head or what you've done that is similar. You try to compare it. But of course, you can't compare something that is new, that's never been done before. So with that pushback, what is your key advice for new graduates or those who want to be UX designers right now?
Yeah, so basically, I think the first one definitely is a seek a mentor. Yeah, because in the world, not many school really provide the UX diploma. So most of the people, they switch their career from designer, or even I met one researcher, switch their career from lawyer. Yeah, so everybody are qualified to be the UX practitioners. But before that, I recommend the new graduates to seek a mentor who work in the industry. Yeah, to really understand the industry, what they need, and what the actual skills we need. And the second one is definitely to build up your portfolio. And but the problem is now because I review lots of resume every year, lots of the students they also confuse how they prepare for their portfolio. So they usually send me a lot of their UI portfolio and the prototype, like, oh, this product is designed by me, but I didn't know the story behind why you built up this app, what problem you try to solve, the UX issue by your redesign, by your design. Design is just the one way to solve the UX problem, but I didn't see any story behind, and even you didn't show on your portfolio. So I cannot verify that are you qualified for the UX designer or not. Yeah. So I would like to see a candidate that tell me, okay, what is our business goal? And what is the current problem we have now? And also, what is my design and what is the insight I get from stakeholder, internal and external? External, that means our users. And the last one is, okay, this is a new wireframe or new prototype or new design because I want to try to solve the problem I figure out.
Wow. I think that's really good advice. Seek a mentor, and as you said, focus more on what's really needed to be done. For those people who want to know more about you, who want to follow you, who want to seek advice from you, how can they contact you or how can they follow you right now?
Yeah, so I'm pretty open from LinkedIn, so you can just search for my name. And also, I'm currently the mentors at the UXPA, User Experience Practitioners, Professionals Association, and also the mentor at another UX UI platform called ADP List. So if you want to book the time with me, just go for these two organizations.
Thank you so much, Aldrich, for giving your time to us. Before we go, we have our fun, I say it's fun, I don't know, is it maybe corny, Rapid Techsauce Global Podcast questions. Are you ready? Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, all right. Rice or noodles?
Rice and noodle? I like noodles.
Okay. Flip-flops or shoes?
Shoes.
Okay. Cats or dogs?
Cats.
Mountains or the sea?
Mountain.
Okay. Logical. You're from Taiwan, right?
Yeah,
You have a lot of mountains. Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Okay. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Okay. Disney Plus or Netflix?
Netflix.
Netflix. iOS or Android?
iOS.
And this is specifically from Techsauce. We're very saucy. Sweet or sour?
Sour.
Oh, okay, sour. Thank you, Aldrich. I hope to talk to you again in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And this has been yet another episode of Techsauce Global Podcast. We hope you had fun and gained some insight. And if you want to listen more about other technology and also innovative things that are going on here in Thailand and the rest of the world, you can tune in for more on Techsauce Global Podcast from the platform that you're listening at. And for a summary of this talk with Aldrich, check out our website, techsauce.co. Until next time, Sawasdee ka.
Techsauce, sparking innovative thoughts.